Okay, in this video I'll be teaching you how to solve quadratic equation using method of completing the square. Okay, now let's start with this simple description. Now, if you have x squared plus 4x, x squared plus 4x, and you want to write this in perfect square form, okay, you're going to add a particular constant. Now you're going to add a particular constant to this to make it a perfect square. Now what you will add is this. You're going to add half of the square of this coefficient, half the square of this coefficient. So you have x squared plus 4x, then plus half the square, which is plus 4 over 2 all square. Okay, so this will be equal to x squared plus 4x plus 2 square. Okay, now in perfect square form, this is simply equivalent to x plus 2 square. Now if I expand this, I'm going to come back to this. If I expand this term, I'm going to come back to this. So this is the perfect square description or perfect square form of this expression. Okay, another example, let's say I have x squared plus 6x. Okay, now to write this in perfect square, I'm going to add what? A constant. Okay, now the constant will be what? Half the square of this coefficient. So I'm going to have x squared plus 6x plus half of it is 6 over 2 all square, which gives me x squared plus 6x plus 3 square. So now in perfect square form, this is simply what? X plus 3 all square. If I expand this, I'm going to get this. Okay, now let me give you this last one. Now x squared, similarly, x squared minus, this is going to have minus x squared minus 6x. Okay, we are going to do the same thing, add half the square of this. So we are going to have x squared minus 6x plus minus 6 over 3 minus 6 over 2 all square. This will give me x squared minus 6x plus minus 3 all square. Now in perfect square form, this is the same thing as x minus 3 all square. If I expand this, I'm going to get this. So this is the approach we take when solving quadratic equation using method of completing the square. Okay, now let's solve this simple example now. Now I'm going to take this to the other side of the equation. I'm going to leave terms with x. Okay, so I'm going to have x squared plus 5x equal to minus 6. Okay, now to make the left hand side a perfect square, I'm going to add half of this, the square, to both sides. So I'm going to have x squared plus 5x. Now half of it is what? 5 over 2 all square. Okay, now since an equation, I'm going to do it to both sides. I'm going to have minus 6 plus 5 over 2 all square. Okay, so now based on what we were doing before now, so this you have x plus 5 over 2 all square. Now if you expand this perfect square description, you'll get this equal to minus 6 plus 25 over 4. Okay, so we have x plus 5 over 2 all square equal to, okay, if minus 6 plus 25 over 4 gives us, this is over 1, you have 4 minus 24, because 1 into 4 is 4, 4 times minus 6 is minus 24, plus 4 into 4 is 1, 1 times 25 is 25. Okay, so this will give us minus 24 plus 25 is 1 over 4. So now we have s plus 5 over 2 all square equal to 1 over 4. Okay, s plus 5 over 2 all square equal to 1 over 4. Okay, let me continue here. So now I'm going to take square root of both sides. So I'm going to have s plus 5 over 2 square root equal to plus or minus, since I'm taking square root, plus or minus square root of 1 over 4. Two values I mean. So this and this now will go off. So you have s plus 5 over 2 equal to plus or minus square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so you have x equal to, this one goes to the other side, you have minus 5 over 2 plus or minus 1 over 2. Okay, so now our s will be equal to minus 5 over 2 minus plus 1 over 2, or s equal to minus 5 over 2 minus 1 over 2. Okay, so now our s will be equal to, if we evaluate this, minus 5 plus 1 is 4, 4 over 2 is minus 2, or if you evaluate this, minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6, 6 over 2 is minus 3. So that is the answer.